What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tomboy After Dark. I'm your host, Kristin. I'm joined by my co-host, Lilla. How you doing, Lilla?
Hey, I'm good, y'all. We are just sitting on this nice Sunday, getting some stuff done. The weather's amazing, and we're just relaxing.
With our clip-ons. It
With our
feels so
clip-on.
chill.
It does.
Okay, so I hope it sounds okay too, and I guess we'll find out a little bit. But just an FYI, we have been attempting to use the microphone, and I think because of our lack of technology savvy, just felt like we were screaming into the microphone. I'm sure there's a way to put two microphones into my computer, but we're not the ones to figure that out, especially not on the time frame that we're working with. So we decided to try these clip-on mics. They sounded pretty good the other day when we did some tests, and we are going to roll with it. I feel like it allows us to have more of a conversation instead of feeling like we're talking at each other.
Trying to focus all of our words into a
microphone.
Because I felt like we were both like
leaning into the mic,
literally,
and then I couldn't see you. And I'm trying to
blocking us, and we're like, hey.
Just trying to look past it at you. It's not it. I didn't like that. And we're trying to make the quality in general better video wise when she is overseas. So we're playing around with some things and we're guinea pigging some stuff. So we'll see how it goes.
You guys bear with us, guys, It was just
evolution.
We're evolving.
I'm here for
Tomboy to Tomboy After Dark. We're making these changes. We're evolving. We're taking the next steps, and we've got a lot of stuff coming out, y'all, and we're super excited.
I feel like when we were talking about the social media stuff, this goes perfectly with that. Okay. Yes. Because hello, if you're not getting better at what you're doing over time, it's okay to be bad at something.
Yeah.
It's okay to be bad at it.
Everybody has a starting point.
Yeah.
Everybody has a starting
point. That
point.
is so true in social media and just presenting anything to the world, it's going to evolve.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, that's a problem too.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's okay to adapt.
I also feel like if you're not making changes within what you're attempting to do, whether that's pursue a new goal or start something like this and really get it out there, I think if you're not making constant changes, then you're not evolving. No one goes into it. Right.
You're not trying.
So then you're not
decided that's the formula, we're sticking with it. And maybe we will get to a point where we feel like we're Colonel Sanders' recipe.
Right.
But right now,
we're not.
We're testing out some things. We're tossing some things around for different brand imaging questions that we have for ourselves, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Because of some new things that have arisen and just, you adapt.
Opportunities present themselves and you have to make the adjustments and changes. And so we're in that, we just changed the name of the podcast officially to Tomboy After Dark. That is part of our evolution because we're merging into this kind of new phase, and we've been presented with a really good opportunity, and we are taking it by storm.
Taking it.
Because if you don't, it's not going to go anywhere. We can sit back and say, okay, this is it, but it's not enough. It's never going to be enough. And if you're not constantly changing, you're not evolving. And if you're not evolving, what are you doing? So
what are we doing? Because I'm totally just skipping over our energy zaps and life givers.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna make this a habit. If it kills me, we're gonna make that a habit.
Sorry, guys. We've got a lot going on. So it's just natural to be the first words that fall out of our mouths. Energy zaps.
What's yours?
You go first. I always go first.
All right, I'll go first. An energy zap for me right now. Oh my God.
What's zapping you, girl?
I really don't think I should talk about that on the podcast.
Okay. So your energy zap is something that is...
I don't have any right now. Okay. I have had so many balls thrown at me that I had to begin juggling, and it took me a couple of days, but just as I always do, or at least seem to be able to do, I got all those motherfuckers spinning at one time. You know what I'm saying?
She's amazing.
I just feel like it takes me a second. I might stumble the first, plates. I got
them. And once you get them in order, set up,
I love it. I love it.
Ready
it's like,
to go.
I don't know why this feels like one of those moments, but you will understand this moment. When we'd be at McAllister's, it would be so busy, but everything would be working together so perfectly, like this well-oiled machine. And it was like, order up. And, I got a to-go for blah, blah, and they're just like cha-ching, cha-ching, and all the things. And
I feel like we have to do that with our brains sometimes.
You
you know,
100%
in our
do.
daily activities, daily schedules, daily
Yeah.
expectations. You know, like time is winding down, and I'm like, you know, we have so much to get done, and all these things, and it's just we are just.
I love
juggling.
it though. I
Yeah.
feel like that's when I'm operating
It
at
does.
like this. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is getting done, because if there's a list, just know if I pulled out my list
Mm-hmm.
and I told you something was going to get done,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to get done.
It's done.
If I don't have a list,
It's not
we are
getting
in
done.
trouble.
It's not getting done.
We're in
I am
trouble.
such a physical, like I needed it on a piece of paper or printed off. Like I know we have all these things on our cell phones and calendars and everything, but there's something in me that the old school, like my brain, and I think my teacher brain, of having something to physically check off. Even in notes, it's not enough. I need to have a piece of paper and I physically check it off, and I set it over here on this table when I'm working over here, and and it's constantly there, and it's constantly in my view. And that way it just keeps me on track. I'm such a checklister. It's freaking crazy, because my brain, and I think your brain too, is like, like there's all these things going on. Everything's trying to happen at once. And I'm trying to just, boom, knock them out. Whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes Gabe and I talk about the ideas and we're just like, oh my God, I wish they would stop, because they're not all good.
Yeah.
Not every idea you have is good. Not everything you make is good. Not everything you create is going to be.
And that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's okay. So
not to get off track again.
It's going great.
Not to get off track again, but I think that my life thing that's giving me life right now, why is that not rolling off my tongue? I don't think, maybe it's because I don't like the term. We need to find something else. Right now, it's that I think, healed my dogs. I've been having some.
That's a win.
Yeah, I think I had talked about on the last episode, you know, it's kind of been getting me, but I took the time and bathed the dogs that were afflicted multiple times, put the cream on, did the routine when you're trying to actively get something to heal. And they're all better. They're all doing better. I can go out of town. I was getting a little concerned. I don't like leaving town when my babies don't feel right.
Right.
Yeah, all is better there. Your turn.
My turn.
Your turn.
What is zapping me right now? My time's winding down. I mean, it's just, it's the reality. Every time I come home, it's always about a week out. And a week from today, I'm leaving. And so this is when the panic sets in of, what am I doing with these next days? How can I make them, you know, absolutely just filled with and useful, you know, just beneficial, just whatever. Anyway, so it's always this 1 week, this 1 week mark. It's always the 1 week. It's like, okay, this is the last weekend. This is the last Monday. This is the last, and it just starts to, you know, makes you sad. But also I miss my husband so much, and I'm so ready to go back and be with him, because it's weird when you live with someone and then you aren't together for weeks, you know, so that's my energy zapper right now. You know, it's just like, it's just sad. It's just like it's like the bittersweet part of coming home is getting close to leaving. And what's giving me life is that I still have this week. So it's almost the same thing. And I know, you know, things I want to do and people I want to spend time with and stuff. And it's just, so I'm still blessed to be able to be here and to visit my family so often. You know, I mean, we live overseas, and a lot of the expats there, they don't go home to see their families for 2 and 3 years at a time, and they've got kids at home. So it's just, you know, we are so blessed that twice a year we are able to come home and spend this time with our families. So that's what's giving me life, is that there's still time and I'm here. And so it's kind of a double-edged sword. That's my, you know.
That's very contradictory.
It is.
Almost like you're a juicy contradiction.
I mean, contradictions aren't bad things all the time.
No, they're not. And I love how this entire segment is just a juicy contradiction.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, I think that phrase is so hilarious. Do you remember the Starburst commercial with the Scottish Asian man?
Yes.
And he says, I'm a juicy contradiction.
They're on a bus at some point? Yes. Okay.
Hilarious. I had a boyfriend at the time. I told him, oh my God, that's hilarious. I'm kind of like a juicy contradiction. He laughed, thought it was funny, whatever. But this always stuck with me, that that's totally what I am. I mean, it's basically what a tomboy is. Just especially being grown and being a grown woman and
embracing
tomboy. Yeah, but also now, you know, I guess with the fitness stuff, getting into the makeup and photo shoots and the girly side of it. Like, I love clothes. I love getting dressed. It's literally my favorite thing in life to do.
I feel like you are like this girl. You'll see her one day in a beanie, a hoodie, oversized pants, and some hiking boots. And then the next day, you know, she's in a bikini that looks like it was hand sewn for her body. And then the next day, you know, she's wearing her Birkenstocks and, you know, a
A
hoodie,
hoodie.
and where she's full glam. And it's just like, I feel like we are contradictions of when people see
Yes.
you. I've always said this to her. I was like, I bet people are scared to go out to eat with you because, I mean, look at her, Jesus. Okay. So this girl has like 2% body fat and has the body of a freaking statue. So I'm sure when people see you, they think, oh, you eat brown rice and broccoli and chicken breast your entire life. And like, God, if I'm ordering a cheeseburger next to you, but she'll be the first one to order the cheeseburger, you know? And people are like,
Last night.
wait a minute. Okay. I think people's perception of you is so different than your actuality. And it's so funny to me.
That is so true about the food. That is so true now.
Yeah.
But for 15, 20
Yeah,
years,
right.
I did eat nothing but brown rice and chicken,
Right.
which I think
And
is
salmon
also
yeah.
what allows me to have more cheeseburgers than most people should in a week.
But I mean, I feel like people still, and because you were that for so long, they expect you to still,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
be in that mindset, that
Yeah, and
mind
I'm
frame.
rebellious.
Yeah, you're not going to
Oh
do
my
that.
God, the second somebody expects something of me,
No, no, no. Oh,
I
you think I'm what? Cool.
yeah,
I
it's
like it.
really, and it's not intentional. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like I hear it. Perfect example. My mother-in-law always describes me as being very quiet. She can't believe her
What?
sons married such quiet women. And anybody that knows me well knows that I'm not quiet at
No.
all. And I've never had the heart to just be like, really?
Like that's
Literally nobody would describe me as that.
no one. No
But
one. I know y'all wouldn't.
but also, and I'll probably cut this,
Uh,
I was raised not to speak unless you had something nice to say.
Yeah.
So I have just kept my mouth shut a lot
Mhm.
around my mother-in-law, whether it's because I disagreed with a view that she had or a statement that she made or whatever the case is. You know, we're different generations. So we just
Yeah.
have different opinions on things. So yeah, that's part of why I think she thinks I could be wrong.
I feel like, you know, for so long I was in this teacher role. So the people that really know me know my other sides, okay? But the way I had to present myself to the world and to parents and everything was a certain, and we talked about this in another episode, I was in a box. I had to act and survive in this box and present myself like I belonged in that box and I was never wanting to break out. And then when people really got to know me, they're like, wait, because I mean, during teaching, y'all, I was bartending on the side to pay bills. And then people would see me at the bar and then I'd tell them, oh yeah, I have a master's degree in biology and I'm a high school biology teacher for the past, 10 years. And they're like, what's happening? Okay. So, and I feel like that's okay. Like, I kind of like it. I like being contradiction. We are walking freaking contradictions.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Yeah.
I like
think
being a
so too.
contradiction, you know?
Yeah, most women are. I think it's so funny. You remember that Meredith Brooks song where she's I think it's called Bitch.
I'm a lover. I'm a that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
where she's like, I'm a bitch.
Yes,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
even remember the words right now, but they are so descriptive, I feel, of all women. That's why that song was popular.
Right.
I think we're allowed to be.
Contradictions.
Yeah.
And embrace your contradictions. You don't have to, if you do have to put on the box show, but embrace your other side too, y'all, and foster that too. Don't just do what people expect or do what people think you're going to do. I mean, I think that has been, you have too. We've done a lot of things in our lives that people never would have expected us to do,
Yeah, but I think that's because we're not living our lives based off of what people think we should do.
Yeah, there's that. There's that. I mean, I won't lie, for a little while there, I was, because I didn't know my next step and I didn't have that next kind of chapter pre-written. And so it was, there was a time, but I recognized it and I knew it and I knew that there was more and I wanted something different, so
Well,
here
I
we
think
are.
we do those types of things differently in different aspects of our lives, and our ability to compartmentalize that is stronger in different areas. But
Yeah.
in general, I feel like, we don't worry about that a whole lot.
No, because here we are. Look what we're doing.
And then,
seriously. Who are we? Who do we
Who
think we
are
are?
we?
Guys, who are we?
Hello.
If your timelines, just a little preface, if your timelines are flooded with all of our reels and videos and stories, and I've got this little TikTok series going on right now that I've started, just
don't be mad.
Don't be mad. We're trying to do something here, okay? And you have to remember that not everybody is part of all of our socials, you know? So like,
I don't think anybody needs to remember a damn thing because you know what? There is a mute button and a hide
ooh,
button, an unfollow
and just keep on
button.
scrolling. You see
And
my
if we're
face and you
too
don't want it.
much, I got an idea. Don't stop on our post because if you stop, now you're going to see us more. So if you're going to stop, go ahead and like it and let us know
Yeah.
that you're also, enjoying what we're posting because it probably will be a lot. But if it's not a lot, some
Then
people
what are we
might
doing?
not see it or might not hear it, and they might be the ones that need to see it or need to
Yeah.
hear it.
So
Post on, my
apologizing, but
friend.
not apologizing, I guess. See, we're just contradicting ourselves.
Yeah.
There we are. There we are. So
We need to get. I'm gonna make us shirts that say your tank's gonna say sorry and mine's gonna say not sorry.
this is very, very, you guys, this is very
It's
true to our
hilarious.
personalities. Like, I can be a boss bitch. I can be a,
Oh, 100%.
but in general, I'm not. Like, in general, it's only if it's
That's 'cause you're a
necessary and
softie.
warranted. I am. And I just, just this one though, this thing, she don't play. We
What
don't play.
kind of bitch?
We're not
Not
playing.
really. I've never
No,
been in a
you're
physical
not.
fight with anybody.
See, and I have. So here, walking
I would
contradictions.
actually. I think I know that I could probably really fuck somebody up if I was angry enough.
Yeah.
But I think in general, if I didn't care enough about the situation, what was going on, I'd probably just turn around and run. I do.
See,
I've thought about this a lot. I do. I think I would just bail. I'm out. Like, I'm not trying to get hit in my face.
that's my only thing is like, please
What?
don't mess this up. Like, we ain't got time to be, getting
No.
nose jobs and stuff.
No.
But see, at least you can run away. Got a minute. We talked about this in the other episode. I'm running from the killer for 1 minute. After a minute and about 28 seconds, I'm not running anymore. You're still running. So see, I gotta fight.
Okay, I'm with it.
If you can't run, you gotta fight, y'all. So
I have done that.
run.
Okay, I have done that. You want to talk about running like a Kenyan for your life? I had a boyfriend. You were talking about we should talk about ex-boyfriends the other day, and I was a little like, I don't know if we should do that. I had an ex-boyfriend pull a gun out on me and my brother. And I mean like a boyfriend I had been with for years. Okay?
What?
And
Okay. I've never heard this one.
I mean, I have never run so hard in my life. There was more leading up to why I actually was running. But yeah, you want to talk about a sprint. And the next day, I guarantee you I'd lost 5 pounds. I was shredded when I woke up the next day, y'all. Yes.
Okay.
And had been trying. This is a really long, complicated story. We're not going to get into it. But just know that I had been trying and running miles and miles a day trying to get like 5 pounds off, and it wasn't budging. And I mean, not just because I'm an asshole. I had signed up for a contest and I had a muscle and fitness photo shoot that I had been dying to do. They were flying me out.
Yes, you have no choice.
I'm trying. I've got to get this weight off. So, and in my mind, that was twisted back then, y'all. That's also something that should be noted. I freaking run that night. The next morning, that 5 pounds was gone. I was peeled. I quit running all those long miles because of another incident with my rib being broken. And it all kind of happened at the same time. And all that weight come off. The stress, inflammation, the water. Just like crazy? A combination. I mean, it was a wild, wild few months. Well, maybe we will get into that deeper. But yeah, you want to talk about running like a Kenyan?
For your life.
Y'all, in a onesie, a pajama onesie. Like, not a sexy nightie, but kind of a nightie.
Kind of a nightie.
Yeah. Past Diane's on Divine Street. Oh, yeah,
so
barefoot.
You saw Kristin in her kind of nightie.
Barefoot.
Wow.
Yeah, wild.
All right. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't even know where we were going with that.
I don't either.
You were talking about running fast, and I was just thinking, because we were talking about being chased.
Yeah.
And you're like, if we were in a fight.
Yeah.
See, we didn't lose that train of thought.
We just evolved it. We evolved the thought into.
Yeah, we followed it.
We did. We followed it where it led us to your running story and your onesie. Not onesie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that.
And you were apologizing about how we're going to be blowing up our socials. And I don't know.
My husband tells me this all the time. Stop, time. I can't even talk. All the time. Stop saying sorry. Stop saying sorry. Because I do. I say it all the time.
A lot of women do.
I know. I feel like it's part of the conditioning, especially younger.
You know what helped me? It helped me when I heard somebody say, not to say you're sorry, when you do something wrong, you should say, I apologize. Because when I say I'm sorry, I don't say I'm sorry because I'm not sorry. Like
Right.
as a person, I am not a sorry person. I am a great person. I'm a good person. I'm a kind person.
Okay. But I'm
I'm a nice
apologizing.
person. But every time I say I'm sorry, now I'm just telling myself I'm sorry. Going
Right.
back to our
We talk
spelling
about the
episode.
self-talk.
So I don't say I'm sorry for that reason. And I say I apologize when it's called for. But like if I were to be late for lunch, I'm going to thank you for waiting for me, not say I'm sorry I wasn't here sooner. You know,
I like that.
making it
I
about
like that.
them.
I like that. I'm going to try that.
Just a little thing, you know, because it doesn't have
Just a
to be
little change.
stressful.
Right. I do let myself stress out sometimes over other people. It's just dumb. I know.
And
But
there's some of that that's fun, you know. It's
yeah,
fun to worry about other people when it's, oh, I'm worried about them having a good birthday, so I want to make sure
right.
there's decorations. You know, it's fun when you get that little bit of a
Yeah.
frenzy, but when it's like, oh, I hope they're not upset with me, or I hope I'm not making anybody mad, or I hope they don't get the wrong impression, or whatever it is.
Or am I giving them the wrong answer? Or
Right.
yeah.
You kind of can't control what in their mind their timeline is for an answer, a response,
And an expectation.
That's the same thing. That's not a contradiction.
You know, I've never thought about it like that. Yeah.
It's just, you know.
Because people are seeing it in different ways. They're seeing it in their own interpretation, their own sight, their own
And some people are
purpose.
thinking, that bitch hasn't responded to me yet.
Right.
Or what have you. But then there's people like me that a lot of times are just with anybody not responding to me in a text message, or I just assume they have other things going on.
Right. I mean,
And I
everybody has
think
things going on. That
we could
drives
all
me
be a lot
crazy.
happier if that was the first conclusion that we jumped to. Is
Right.
they have other things going on.
They'll get
And
back to me.
if I feel like they're not, you know, reacting and responding at the appropriate urgency level for said matter at hand, then I will ask again.
Yeah.
Hey, I hate to bother you, but this is what's going on. I need to respond. I texted my best friend Mandy. Hey, Mandy. I texted her this morning saying, hey, because she works a lot out of town and travels, and sometimes she's in a different time zone, and she gets back to me sometimes in a day and a half, 2 days, and she's flying, and she has children, so when she does get time to talk on the phone, she wants to talk to her children, and it's whatever. But I texted her about our channel name today, and I'm like, yo, I need your help.
Hey, Mandy.
I know you're busy, but can you put your input on this? Because I also consider her a advisor to the podcast and the brand.
So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mandy.
The funny thing about that is like some of my closest friends, and actually most of my closest friends, are named Mandy, so none of them are going to know which Mandy I'm talking about.
Ooh. Okay.
Actually, the one that's working out of town will probably know.
And the one that messaged us back. That was good though. I mean, it was a good attempt there. It was really
so
genuine
good.
attempt.
I got cocky.
The bullshit came out, and then
I got cocky.
It just smacked. Yeah.
Yep.
It just like it was good though. I was with it. I was like, they will.
I just got really cocky.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. Huh?
Yeah, I feel like I've totally exhausted this entire
it's over.
subject.
But we've already recorded like 20.
I appreciate you guys being here and hanging with us for this long.
All right, guys. So, we're going to wrap it up and just enjoy being your little contradiction. Just enjoy the contradictions in your life and the fact that it's fine and it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And evolve.
Yes.
Contradict and evolve, y'all.
Yes.
Because
I didn't even get to talk about how I feel like you're a contradiction. You're over here talking about I mean,
I told them I was a teacher, and then, I'm.
Yeah, but I didn't get to give my take on it.
Okay.
I feel like your juicy contradictionness.
Juicy contradictionness. We're adding that. Okay. Yes.
Actually, I might be deleting that.
I know.
I feel like the whole thing about you that's a contradiction is that people probably think she spends so much time on her appearance, and she's in the mirror and doing her lashes, and she's doing y'all. She texted me that she was going to finish a mile and I did the math.
Yeah.
A mile and a half walk. She was going to finish a mile and a half walk back to her car, drive home, shower, and then come here to record this episode. And she did that in about 40 minutes.
It was like an hour and 15, but I'm also 30 minutes away from her. But I put these hair and everything. listen, y'all, if you haven't watched the episode, my routine is like nothing. Like I use my fingers, like all this baking and setting and all. Yeah, I use a setting spray, but like I have one brush that I do all my makeup with. I use my fingers to put makeup on. My lashes take me 10 seconds. I literally wear the same makeup, the same order, the same procedure, the same products every day. And I get it done. I get it done. You gotta get it done. I ain't got time for all that.
No.
But
it is a must have though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get it done, but settle myself mirror over there. Yeah. What else is a contradiction about me? I mean, I am juicy. I'm definitely juicy now. So
you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
I feel like people wouldn't necessarily, and I don't want this to come out the wrong way, if they don't already know you're a teacher, I don't think they would actually understand what a genius you are.
I mean,
and y'all, okay, when we were in high school, Lilla and I were never in the same classes. Like if it hadn't been for the lunch table, I wouldn't have known Lilla. That's a big one. You and Michaela were never in any of my classes.
Yeah, because we're in classes together.
Ever. But I think that you also worked really hard.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you were just like gifted. You were super smart and you were always studying, always working hard, always trying.
Laszlo did not play that.
Laszlo would not play that. We should definitely have some Laszlo stories of ways that he just went wild and acted a fool.
We will have, yes.
Because he did. Nobody dadded harder than Laszlo.
And like with love, but like tough, like, strong love. Laszlo's strong, man.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in another episode. We'll talk about childhood traumas and successes and things like that. Okay?
I could write a book on that and probably will one day.
We definitely need to do that.
Really.
But
all right. Yeah. Well, awesome. I love this setup today.
Yeah.
I hope it sounds good. I guess we'll find out in a minute. And you guys subscribe, share everywhere you can, every platform you can.
Yeah, we're here. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, give us some suggestions on topics. I got some really good ones sent to me by a listener. I can't wait to dive into those deeper when you get back overseas. We're definitely doing that. But yeah, follow all our pages, like everything that you can. Share it. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
We appreciate you hanging out.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Bye.
Come sweet like